Right. Good afternoon, driver. You're at Settle Station in charge of a northbound Thames Clyde Express. Your rebuilt Royal Scot loco will be hauling 9 Mark 1 coaches over the long drag to Appleby in this leg of the journey. Begin by allowing passengers to board here before you set off at 1:25. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. You can't go wrong with the Boss Man Games loco, can you? Where are we going? Oh, just to Appleby. 40 miles. Oh, thank you for the cheers, Derek. Much appreciated. All right, off to Appleby. Let us hurrah to Appleby. Can we blame Ed if we break the... You don't have to ask that, Ben. Of course you can blame Ed. I want to know what it was. Back 5. It's lovely, isn't it, Gouger? That's my fireman script. You mean the remote control thing? I don't know, to be honest, am I? A lot of these advanced ones have got such wildly different scripting on them that... Hey Jeff, how's it going? Oh, it took out an external hard drive. Oh no, Rob. I thought the automatic fireman was on. Clearly it wasn't. So I've been pummeling the boiler. Ed, what's my Delphi on my fire mass? No, stop opening it again. I'm literally holding on to the Shift F key at this point. Right, did we get some pressure back up? Fire mass is definitely coming back up again now. How about the water? Let's think about water. Assist the two ejectors, yeah. The damper's open. Can't tell. Excellent. Yeah, it was a good time actually at Virgin Trains. Very good, they looked after us. Better. A 1660 Ti. I am told they're roughly equivalent to a 2070 or a 2070 Ti, something like that. But I don't know for sure. See you later, Chris. Getting our boiler pressure back up now. If only I could convince the water to come in. Is that it? That might be it. Right, I think we're back in a constructive place again now. Get some water in. Hey, we got water going in. Another Rust 5. Steam is hard but really fun. BMG Steam isn't hard. There's this myth that it's hard. It's not really any harder than any other Steam engine, to be fair. We're on upper 1 in 100, we're accelerating, we're gaining boiler pressure, just about. Gaining water, about right on coal. Doing fine, doing fine. Yeah, the AI fireman is very well done, isn't it? Ed has done a cracking job on the AI fireman. Multiple UMAPs. Yeah, well, you just do different textures, don't you? You can have as many texture sheets as you like on a model. This model this loco is just photogenic. He says as he realises he's flying towards a red light. You know what? The pictures are good. The multiple texture sheets is really useful, Gouger, because what you can do is you can put, like if you're doing buildings a lot, then we'll put all of your brick textures and all your wall textures in one sheet, and then reuse that across all of your buildings. So you've got like detail texture for a building, you've got the common brick texture that you use for all of your buildings, and so forth. So you can have multiple textures and you can reuse them quite nicely. Texture UE4, you can do whatever you like, Emma, in terms of texture sheets and materials. Oh, we're 85% on the boiler. Just keeping that steam usage just below the generation. Keep that boiler pressure coming up. Well, that's a good practice anyway, Emma. You try and use one texture sheet for common things. Even for your feature buildings, they can reuse the texture sheet for the common areas and just add detail then for the bits that they want. This run's keeping the fireman busy. They help memory and caching. It's more about draw calls, so every individual texture sheet that's used, every material all causes a single draw call to happen. So if one model it uses 4 textures, then it needs 4 goes to render that one model, what they call draw calls. So if you can make it where lots of buildings use the same texture, you can make it so that it's able to work a lot faster. When you start seeing how some breakdowns about how scenes are rendered, it becomes really clear. You know, some of the practices are really expensive. So for example, another thing that helps is if you place these trees here have all been placed individually, so it'll be one draw call per tree. Yeah, bam, 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 bam. Yeah. The more draw calls, more time you spend doing draw calls, the less time you can spend doing things like physics and other bits of UI and things. So you want to keep your draw calls to a minimum, while still giving a good scene. That go through. Nice mixed train. Whereas if you plant a load of trees, like if you wanted this whole field planted, you can use a block. These are probably done using that technique, where it would do the entire thing in one draw call, which is good for bulk placing scenery. Ever tried importing the substance materials and using uniform? No, I've not actually. I don't think we use substance to do materials, but I don't know how they do. I think they then map it back onto our master material. The fact that it's specifically designed to work with UE doesn't necessarily make it efficient. We found that out on a number of occasions. We started off with Quixel Suite, but we found it crashing too much, so we switched to Substance. Seemed to be what all our partners wanted to use as well. So track setting not allow actually third rail trains to run the same track. CG and TS1 there is just the setting electrified. It means it doesn't know the difference between overhead and third rail, so if it's electrified then both will work. Yeah, if it's marked as electrified, then third rail and overhead can run over it, and fourth rail as well. Where I think we're locked into Substance now. The teams, it was hard enough getting the team into Quixel, then out of Quixel. They're set in their ways now. The smoke will be changing colour based on what the fireman's doing. Yes, Clawzord. Sorry, Jeff. Yeah. Hey, Clawzord, how's it going? As the fireman pours on smoke, pours on coal. Oh, hello. Is this Ribblehead? As the fireman pours on coal, you get coal dust and things, which then gets shot out over the chimney. .45 miles an hour. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, Matthew, how's it going? Oh, back on the grade again. Paying absolutely no attention to signals, just enjoying the ride. B. Harrison, Satisfactory is only available on the Epic Store. I didn't see a question earlier on, Ben. But yeah, it's only available on the Epic Store. Fireman's disabled. Why can't I close that? Is that as closed as it's allowed to get? It's Sale in Carlisle 1975, where I come from. Oh, I'm going to stream it? Yeah, I'd like to stream it, Ben. Definitely. I just need to find the right time to do it. If I stream this weekend, actually, I might do it. Hey Chunkles, how's it going? Put the pressure back up again. Well, the rev share on Epic Store is significantly better than Steam, so that's going to attract people, but it's much smaller audience compared to Steam. However, oh, excuse me, thank you very much for the cheers. Sorry, I just noticed that. Much appreciated. However, Epic are going to be doing everything they can to boost that, so. Well, we can up speed a bit. Fireman's off because we're in the tunnel. Epic have shot themselves in the foot with exclusivity stuff. We've seen the backlash. Ah, you know what? No, I think they're absolutely spot on. There's no way they'd be able to compete with Epic without something. Not a chance. The PC audience just aren't used to exclusivities. It's actually standard anywhere else in the games industry. Besides, the internet getting upset about something is not really user tech. We're getting back up to Firemass now, slowly but surely. I love Steam, don't get me wrong, I think Steam is fabulous. Steam transformed PC gaming into what it is today. But I also think that it would be good to have a healthy competition, and there is zero competition for Steam, which is not good. It's never good for anybody. Some boiler pressure back up now. hard start for another company to try to roll with Steam. Well, I mean, to be honest, if anyone was going to do it, it'd be someone like Microsoft or Epic. Microsoft haven't really got a clue what they're doing. They proved that. Oh, yeah, totally. Epic Store doesn't do what PC gamers are used to on Steam, but it'll get there. If they have any intention of competing at all, it will get there. Exactly, it's like Mixer, I think, I noticed that Twitch started to up their game when Mixer got bought by Microsoft and started to do more. Now, you can argue there's no way Mixer are ever going to compete with Twitch, but it seemed to get Twitch on their toes. And you know what? If the result of the Epic Store is that Steam start developing more, I think that that's a good thing. Steam was awful when it first launched. Let's all be honest. Steam was awful. And it still has its moments. Trunkles, Loco, this is the Royal Scot from Bossman Games. Oh, I'm sure they will, Rob. I'm sure they will. They're not going to be looking at what Steam does. They'll be looking at what people wish Steam could do as well, because there's just as much good ideas from people saying, "Oh, I wish Steam could do these things." There's not only that. There's also the hang on, brain not working. No, brain's completely failed on me. No, I'm sorry. I'm a firm believer that the Epic joining the battle is a good thing for gamers. Even if all it does is result in Steam doing better. Yeah, the fact that Steam have opened the doors as wide as they have, actually is... I'm not a huge fan of that, just because when I go and browse it, I largely ignore just about every part of Steam now, because most of what they've got on their front page is just games I'm not interested in. I like the idea of getting indies involved. I think that's very good, but I do kind of wish that they'd found a way of doing it a bit better. We are cracking along now. I think all games have to have a battle royale mode these days to sell. Right, 19 miles to go. Still at a 60 limit. Let's give it some more boot. Unfortunately, workshop is a little bit of a wild west, I'm afraid, Trunkles. There really isn't an option for doing much with it. I'm not a huge fan of workshop, it's really simplistic for what we need on trains, in my humble opinion. Let's get some walk going again. Whoops, no, it's not that way around. Let's get this one going. Right, we didn't see that. To be honest, Valve are playing a really tight game. People can complain about one thing or another that Valve are and aren't doing, but then on the other hand, if they do stuff, then they'll get accused of censorship. You know, it's because they've gone down this road, they've opened themselves up. Whereas if it always was a curated place, then you really can't say censorship because, well, fundamentally curation kind of is censorship, but. Oh, that list on the right. Yeah, I know the one you mean, Trunkles. Unfortunately, I set it all up at some point, and then Valve did something and deleted everything, and it all got them put back in as an automatic thing. And I've just never had time to go back to it, and neither has anybody else. I was super annoyed about that. Yeah, you know where the list on the right where you can drop down box things and choose whether you want routes or so forth. Workshop's not really designed for what we're using it for, frankly. Hey Will, thank you for the follow. No, Epic have got really nothing except the store aspect at the moment. So there's no forums, there's no there's nothing really. They are kind of lacking at the moment on that front. I don't even think they have achievements or anything like that. Leaderboard systems. It really is. The Epic Store really is at a bare bones level at the moment. I'll leave you to worry about that, Trunkles. How are we doing on water? 9%. I remember a long time ago to talk to Steam about adding a system for to Steam for dependencies, so that Workshop could directly link to dependencies. They have eventually added it, but several years later. Yeah, user-created models is a really tough one, Gouger, because the minute you've got user-created models, you've got potentially licensed brands going up on as textures, and you've got potentially then you can upload anyone, including other commercial projects, and there's no way of stopping anyone using Steam Workshop at that point for piracy. What are we looking at now? 11 miles, heading downhill now. It's less about steam thrash and more about brake thrash. I saw that, yeah, people uploading the DLC trailers. Then the freebies as well. They've been uploading those as well. So I was like, you know what? You're just biting the hand that feeds you, because they'll force them to lock it down. People are being foolish. SCS have actually granted a huge amount of freedom, and they might just end up forcing them to take it away. Will, we're driving the Bossman Games Royal Scot. '70 and up to 80 miles. Ooh, hello, fun times ahead. Right, it's time for 70. How long trap will be? 7.2 miles. So, about 8 minutes. Welcome. Do you know if it's actually possible to contact Steam and talk to someone with great difficulty? What's the problem that that you have, Moricom? Fireman again. .9 miles an hour. Welcome back, Ferry Merriman. Speed 80 miles an hour. Hey, Class 904, thank you for the host. 4.3 miles, probably need some brakes on. Moricom, drop me an email with the details and let me talk to someone and see what I can get for you as an answer. No promises, but I will certainly make inquiries for you. Yeah, Fermaris is a pro loco. Right, we're in a good place now. Let's just get the brakes off. They're nice, aren't they, Emma? Keep this open now so we can keep an eye on our distance, 2.7 miles. That was good fun. I enjoyed that bit of steam thrash. Good night, ECM2. Slow down a bit more. It's downhill, if I remember rightly, into Appleby, isn't it? Oh no, I'm thinking of Settle. So we started. We're heading west. All of some reason I thought we were heading. I thought we were heading east. Don't be silly. Of course we're heading east. Jeff, thank you very much for the resub, second month. Much appreciated. Good. Oh, half a mile to Appleby, coast in. Give the passengers just a little bit more time behind the steam engine. The madness is almost over. Oh, this is when I'm at my happiest, when I'm driving steam engine. Or PZB these days. German trains with PZB or steam engines for me is the pinnacle. Unfitted freight, oh yeah. Oh, the Royal Scot's on sale at the moment. How much is it, C. Oliver? You're looking forward to when steam comes to TSW? Ooh, yeah, me too. It's lovely, isn't it, Rob? This is Green Dragon, if I remember rightly. Green Dragon 32. Absolute cracking scenario. To be honest, I don't think I've ever played any Green Dragons that are bad, so one other one is commonly on my list of always worth a look. Will steam locos come to TSW? I hope so. £11.24 or 15% off. Oh wow. What's its normal price? Oh, 15% off, so it'd be like 13 or 14 normally then, I guess. More 101s. That was cracking. I really enjoyed. Oh, look at that stop! Oh, come on! Okay, it was done particularly in slow motion, but still. That is not a Pedalston standard stop. No emergency brakes were involved. I failed to complete all the objectives. What? What did I not do? Oh, I was too late. That's why. That was a timed stop and I was 2 minutes late. Yeah, I don't care. I hate timed stops on standard scenarios.